Okay, it is Tuesday, January 27th. Let's begin with the S&P because we had a new historic high. Day 5 up. Now again, I accept it's only 2 points. We printed 69.88. It doesn't merit complete hysteria, right? But hey, new historic high there, 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 there. It's like, look, higher highs, higher lows, bullish. Upper Bollinger is now offering 7,007 for Fed Day. Actually, that will go to another 7 points higher tomorrow. So it'll be probably offering 7,014 or so tomorrow. Bullish, right? Can't be bearish. Not with that. I think I'll leave gold and silver to the end. So if you want to see them, I'll do it there. Let's just flash through as many of these as we can. It's been a long day. Apple up 1.1%. It looks like the daily candle's actually black. Does lean bearish for early Wednesday. I will say earnings are Thursday, which should come in okay. So you could say, it's had a couple of 2 days, well, technically 4 days out of 5 from that low, 243. So maybe a touch of weakness Wednesday, but then Thursday, Friday, target is a 50-day, 269. Let's move on before we get bogged down. Archer Aviation, black candle. Agnico Eagle, that is another black candle. So yesterday historic high. We did turn red today, but there was a big bounce in silver later in the day. Actually, yeah, silver went from like roughly, yeah, silver had a 6% intraday swing, which is $6, right? So silver was down 3%, closed up 3, which is why the miners recovered off their lows. American Eagle down 2% under the 50-day. We do have a little gap that goes down to around 21 to 20. First Majestic Silver, black candle yesterday, another black candle today. Actually, it settled precisely flat. Leans bearish for Wednesday. AMD, that's also a black candle. Hang on a sec. How do I do this? How do I stop? Oh yeah, we do that. Hang on. All right, I'm back. This is the unedited version. Oh, I need coughing and spluttering or grabbing a drink. Yeah, there's a drink. This is good. Yeah, it's very good. I'm not alcoholic. I'm not a drinker per se. I really am not. I have enough problems without being an alcoholic like many people on this planet. Amazon, 2.5%, 244 earnings on next week. Should be fine. Should be fine. Barrick mining, again, you can see the little spike because gold and silver surged in the afternoon. But yeah, the black candle did play out, but the retraces here are so tiny, right? Little baby bull flag there. I mean, this was about as bearish as it got, right? Which all it did was just trade sideways for 2 months. Incredible upside power. Boeing had earnings down 1.5%. I will say today's candle is a very odd one. It's a hollow red reversal. It's technically it's not really bullish engulfing, but it does lean bullish for Wednesday. Not the open though. I'm going to scroll through some of these pretty quick. D'Amico up almost 4%. Again, you've got to be bullish uranium and nuclear. Actually, I'll go back to Carnival. That's a bear flag. Also, that's a bear flag after a down wave. You could even think maybe we'll come down to the mid 24s. Maybe. Also, today's candle is no, it's not black. It's close, but almost. Cleveland Cliffs, don't care. It's just swinging around. Coinbase down another percent. I mean, look at this. Basically, orange gap has been filled. Deckers struggling, down 1%. You can argue I still lean midterm bullish, but I'm getting twitchy. The stock charts computer has a target of like, I don't know, 89 or something. Earnings are Thursday after hours. If the market wants to be harsh, it'll whack it back down to at least 90 or so. The cautious will leave it alone. I guess the bold could be long, but if you're in options, you're going to need at least, I mean, a minimum, arguably March or April calls. But I'm not doing it. I'm not getting involved in this one. I considered it, but nope, I'm leaving it alone. Disney. I mean, price action's a bit of a chop fest, right? And look at all the MAs here. The 10 MA, the 50-day, the 200 MA. Also, this gap zone is complicating things. It's a chop fest. ET, baby bull flag. Endeavor Silver just cooling back a little bit. Ford up 3.5% because of a GM. If we go to GM, yeah, look at GM up 8.75 on better than expected earnings. Note also, look at this, flooring at the 50-day yesterday and last week. It's pretty good. Freeport Mac ran up 2.8%, which was more impressive considering the fact that copper was down quite a bit today. If we just jump to copper, yeah, look at this. Copper was down 8 cents, although, that's a hollow red reversal candle, which leans bullish for tomorrow. I think we're going to see copper in the sevens. Um, Probably not until March, maybe April. My target for Freeport remains 90 to 100. Google down a little bit, just, nothing to make of that. Home Depot is struggling, but again, short-term bullish unless it goes back under 370. Little Heckler. I did say yesterday the most bearish candle out there amongst all the stocks I track, Heckler. Bearish engulfing candle played out. Heckler was down another 5.5% today. And on a daily chart, momentum might turn negative on not tomorrow, but maybe on Thursday. So we are leaning, Heckler's leaning bearish for another day or two. You gotta wonder, maybe it'll come down to the 22s, but that's $6 down. I mean, it's already down $6. Maybe it's got another 6 to go. But, long-term bullish, just short-term broken. Intel closed up 3.4%, but that is a black candle by 4 cents. That's a little black doji. I think we're going to come down to $40 where the 50-day is. Yep, look at this. So despite today's gain, momentum still turned negative and should tick down for another couple of days. So yeah, $40 Intel, which does kind of suggest the S&P will be down, but Intel is not the S&P. It's only one stock. Joby up 1.4%. Today's candle is black, and I would note with the fact that we're trying to hold the 200-day, one to watch tomorrow. JP Morgan just churning around. KKR is not pretty, down 2%. Yeah, that's also below key price threshold. Next support is 111. But it hasn't been doing well, right? Look at this, 144 to 116. Hardly anybody has noticed. This isn't pretty. Any of these two legacy gaps to go back to last April. Kinder Morgan churning around. Don't care about Cree right now. LEU had a good day. Yeah, there was some kind of infrastructure hiring news. So again, this is nuclear is the sector to be in. It's where all a lot of money flowing into it because we need more energy, right? Wow, look at that. Lockheed Martin up 2.3%, 594. Early weakness, bullish engulfing candle bodes very well for. We're probably going to see $600 of right tomorrow. Yep, $600 looks probable on Wednesday. And the earnings are due early Thursday, which will be fine. Meta Platforms, a 5-day higher. We're clearly pushing against gap resistance and the 200-day. I did see the stock charts computer has a target of like 800 or so. And I agree with that. I think Meta's going to be $800. Probably not until the second half of the year, but you know, if I had to guess tomorrow, we have yeah, because earnings are on Wednesday after hours. You got to think 730-ish looks possible. I mean, that's a long way up in terms of percent. It's like well, it's 10%. It's doable. But yeah, this gap's got to fill. You know, red gap was basically tagged here. We had a little close tag there. It's going up. MP Materials, don't care today. Microsoft has earnings Wednesday after hours. Yeah, that's a 4th day up. Bullish. Momentum turned positive today. So that does lean bullish into the end of the month. I like that. Micron. Wow. 5.5%. New historic high. Incredible. 410. Netflix. It's only down 0.1%, but still, that's a lousy performance to the main market. It's not great, is it? Also, what is this? What is this? That's a bear flag. That is a bear flag. So unless we go back above, say, unless we're above $90, I just can't take it seriously. This is a mess. Whilst the Warner bid continues to be processed. Nike, ugly day for Nike. Down 2.9%. That's not pretty at all. I will note that daily momentum has turned negative, which bodes bearish for a couple of days. It does kind of suggest that maybe Decker's earnings will be seen as negative and Nike will come down into early February. Again, you could argue that, I mean, you could even argue now that maybe this little red gap will be tagged. I mean, remember Tim Cook? Tim Cook was buying here, and the CEO was buying around here. Gotta wonder if Deckers upsets the market on Thursday, Nike could be printing red gap maybe on Friday or next week. And look at the spikes. Look at the little spike there. That's a sell signal. 2 spikes there. Sell signal. Spike. Sell signal. Look at this. This is a beautiful example of technical analysis and candle analysis. Black candle. Spike from the gap zone. Sell signal. Look, 76 to 64. Double top. Spiky candle. Spiky candle. Down we go. Great. It's a very nice example of why candle analysis does matter. You could almost draw a head and shoulders here, actually. Almost. It's a bit of a not a great one. That low's a bit low, but still, ugly day for Nike. Moving on, Nvidia up 1%. Chop chop. Don't care about Oklo. ONDS. You're gonna be bullish drones. I will say, yeah, on a cyclical basis, ONDS is on the low end. I like ONDS. Oxy, don't care. Pan American Silver, down a bit. Black candle played out as they usually do. Palantir down 1%. They have earnings next week, I think. If a 200 days taken out, then you know what are we looking at? 125. I tell you, Michael Berry, I think is still short, and if that doesn't hold, then it's open air to 125, which would be $40 down. $40 and 165 is what? 20, 23, 24% or so. One to watch. Don't care about PayPal. I mean, that's just ugly, right? It's horrible. Don't care about that. Red Cat, again, drones are up 10% now. Rocket Lab 8%. You could argue this is a bull flag. I will highlight IREN because one of my dear readers has an interest in this. IREN, a AI cloud company, up 14.5%. Very impressive. Structure was a bull flag. It's playing out. I will say also net Cloudflare. Cloudflare had a good day, up 8.8%. Again, it cooled back, so you had a black candle for Cloudflare, but still, very good day. A good close above. Look at the 50-day, right? Failed at the 50-day in December. We're way above the 50-day now. So look, a little bit of cooling maybe Wednesday, but Cloudflare looks good. IREN looks even better. Moving on. SMR was down 3% in the morning, closed up 4. Impressive. I am bullish to the $30. I don't own, but I should. Target trying to stabilize around key price threshold. Tesla. Earnings due Wednesday after hours. This does look vulnerable. I mean, we know the car data, we know the vehicle sales data wasn't good. This is a problem. I don't like the stock. I lean bearish and look at the 200-day, 374. That's what's that? $55, $56 down. It's possible. I mean, I will say it's cyclically negative. It's certainly not on the low end. It could definitely tick down into the end of the month. I don't care about take two right now. United Airlines was up in the morning because American Airlines had earnings, I think. Actually, maybe not. Anyway, it's up in the morning. But yeah, full downside reversal. Uh, Yesterday's black candle played out bearish. Today's candle's bearish engulfing, so that's not great. And whilst before I forget, I will highlight the UPS daily chart. Stock initially saw some weakness to 104, had a spike to 112, literally a spike, and then cooled back to 107. Only fractional gain, 1.2%. This kind of candle leans a little bit weak, maybe to the 50-day. So we could see 100, maybe 102 next week, maybe. But also, today's volume was pretty high, but that's because of earnings. I do like the company still. I like the stock on a midterm basis, but short term, it is a bit of a, I was gonna say mess. I mean, it's bullish from October. Like, October it was $80, so it's at a good $29 up, right? Remember, I was buying, I bought around. I didn't buy. Yeah, I didn't buy in January. I bought on New Year's Eve. I bought there, sold there. I did not sell to there today. Missed out on that, but hey, I cannot complain. All green exits are good exits. That would make for a video title, I guess. Just a couple more to go. We haven't even covered gold and silver yet. Oh my God. Yeah, rough day for United Health. Clearly, 282, horrible day now, 19.6%. Orange Gap tagged, which it didn't do it on. Think about that. In November, it didn't do it. It didn't tag the gap. And clearly, this is Trump. This is Trump's fault because he wants to freeze fees to the insurance companies, and now this low in August, the August 231s now look vulnerable, which is kind of an incredible thought. The stock charts computer has a target of 209, which to me is quite astounding, but it does look realistic. Probably not in February, maybe in March or April. Yeah, more so April. If the main market has a correction or in March, April, then yeah, I could see this at 209. And yes, I was bearish as of yesterday afternoon, but then of course Trump appeared. So Trump has ruined it. And this now looks like it's going to go sub 231, which will be a much more attractive buy. Uh, Moving on. Exxon up 1.5%. Not a new strike high, but earnings are Friday and they look pretty good. It should be good. What else we want to cover? Okay, what do we want to end with? Gold or silver? Which one comes first? Should we do gold or silver? I don't know. I don't know. I'm becoming indecisive. Okay, according to stock charts, today's high in gold. Wow. Jesus. It's even higher than when I last checked. Um, Gold, according to this, gold printed a new historic high of 51.83 for $164, 3.3%, selling at 51.76. Look at this. I mean, look, it's overbought, right? You can see, look at this. We had one down day, which burnt off the oversold, correction, overbought conditions. One down day, and then basically we just went off we go again. So you got to wonder, when is the next down day? Or, I mean, in this case, we had one big down day, 2 days of chop, another down day, and then that was basically it. And all we did then was form a bullish pennant, and that was back when gold was 39.28, and now we're 51.76. And you know, I keep saying now that if gold is 6,000, then silver has a chance at 200, which I accept as crazy talk. But hey, look, gold is now up roughly, well, better part of this. Let's round off the numbers. We'll say, you know, 1,100, $1,200, in like what, one, two, yeah, $1,200 in 3 months. That's all it is. 3 months of time, $1,200. So I'm only saying another 820 odd dollars by, say, maybe March, April. That looks pretty easy. Incredible times. Let's jump to silver. So you look, oh, Jesus. Oh my God. I don't know. So silver had a real sell-off yesterday from 117 to roughly what, 105 or so. Today it printed 103, closed at 112. So a $9 swing, upside reversal. And yeah, look, we're overbought again, 81. You think, are we going to get, I mean, look at this. This is like gold. Like, we had one down day at the end of December, a big swing from 83 to 69, like a $14 swing. The next day was up. The next day did print a marginal lower low, but then what happens? Off we go again. You're like, well, where are we going to go now? I mean, there's no resistance levels other than psychological. So, 120, 125, 130, 150, and and look at this, 54 to 117. Actually, if we start the clock there from 45, got 1, 2, 3, 45 to 117. I mean, look, very, very soon, silver will have tripled, right? To triple, we need 135, right? Yeah. 135 to triple. We could easily be 135 in February. We're never going to see sub $50 silver again, right? Ever. We're never going to see, we are never going to see silver trade at 28 or 31 or 39 or even 45. I don't even think, I think even coming back down to, I mean, look, the higher that silver goes, getting a retracement under 100 is going to be difficult. Even $69 there from like the end of the year. Yeah, New Year's Eve, $69. 69, and now it's 117. Unbelievable. Is this the chart I want to end with tonight? I guess. Oh God, that would annoy me. I think maybe I'll do the gold chart instead as my it's just wild. 51.83. Oh my God. But look, Fed day tomorrow. Got to expect some swings. The real kind of interesting stuff will be to see how the market deals with earnings from Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla. I am bullish Meta, especially bullish Microsoft, bearish Tesla, and there's also IBM, but most people don't care about that one anymore. I wish you a good Tuesday and a good Fed day. Be good.